Good morning. Are you Anthony Young?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Young, you were previously in court and you entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony.
All right off the bat, we've got a second-degree felony charge for theft of a firearm. That's serious. We're not talking about a parking ticket here. Second-degree felonies usually carry hefty penalties, so this plea deal is a big moment for Anthony. It's like walking a tightrope. Accept the deal and try to rebuild, or risk everything at trial.
Offense of theft of a firearm. And I received the pre-sentence report, and I reviewed that. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes.
Are there any additions or corrections to that report?
Well, just to judge, I know maybe some issue with the defendant's version of what happened for him accepting responsibility. That was discussed with him, and he does understand, of course, what he was charged with, what he pled to, and he's definitely accountable and responsibility for what happened with that gun there.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Smith, on that? I have also received and reviewed numerous jail incident reports that I've had an opportunity to go through. Have you both had an opportunity to review those?
I have reviewed them and discussed them.
So the agreement's for a 5-year deferred probation. How old are you? 17. I'm pretty sure if it's not the thickest packet, it's close to one of the thickest packets I have received from jail with regard to...
Okay, here's a red flag. The judge just pointed out that Anthony's behavior in jail has been a mestic packet of incident. Reports thick enough to make anyone's head spin. Imagine showing up in court asking for leniency while simultaneously burning bridges behind the scenes. Classic cutting off your nose to spite your face moment. Why sabotage your own shot at freedom?
How you have been acting and misbehaving, knowing that you're about to come in front of a judge who could either accept or reject your plea agreement. Doesn't make much sense, does it, how you've been acting? So why have you been doing it?
I get irritated easily.
You do? Do you understand? You're 17, you're so young. We all get irritated easily. That's life. It's just part of life. People are going to irritate you. Your parents are going to irritate you. Your lawyer, me, your friends, your girlfriend if you have one.
Judge is laying it down hard here, mixing tough love with a reality check. Calling out the disrespect toward correctional officers is a smart move. Those officers hold the keys to your day-to-day survival inside, and disrespect only stacks the deck against you. Plus, the sanitizer incident. That's not just dumb, it's a dangerous gamble that landed him in the hospital. Moments like these make you wonder, is this kid really thinking ahead?
Your wife, if you end up with one, we all get irritated. But you don't act like this, and you don't talk to people who are just doing their job the way that you speak to these correctional officers. The disrespect that you're showing people who are just trying to go to work and make a living is so unacceptable that I'm not going to say the words because people are watching and it's so inappropriate. It's ridiculous what you've been doing. And then thinking that you can get high or a little buzz by drinking hand sanitizer? That was dumb. You ended up in the hospital, right? Do you want to kind of have a normal life like the rest of us and go to work, go home, have a family, go to school maybe? Or do you want to spend your life in prison? You don't? So let me just tell you, the way this is looking, you're going to have to make some huge changes in your life if you don't want to go to prison. You're going to have to do things that most 17-year-olds don't do. You're going to have to grow up real quick because you're going to be on an adult felony probation. And so if you don't follow the rules, it's not just a slap on the hand, or it's not just getting kicked out of school and going to alternative school. It's not those things. It's prison. And it's going to be prison for up to 20 years. You can go to prison for up to 20 years if you...
Boom. The judge drops the 20 years hammer. That's the legal equivalent of a gut punch. Probation might sound like a second chance, but violate it, and suddenly you're staring at 2 decades behind bars. This moment is where the stakes become crystal clear. This isn't a game anymore. What would you do if your entire future hinged on following strict rules? Could you handle the pressure?
Violate this probation. Do you understand? Let that sink in. 20 years of your life you could spend in prison for this very case right here if you don't follow all of the rules. It's a lot. So you need to don't get out of jail and then forget this conversation. Okay? I'm going to do some things, hopefully, that will give you some tools up front in your probation so that you can learn how to make better decisions. Not hang out with the same people, get away from all that. It's just going to be up to you. It's not going to necessarily be easy, but the alternative is really not easy. It's prison, right? Okay. What I'm going to do, Mr. Young, is follow the agreement that you made. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. That means today you're not a convicted felon. All right, we're going to talk some more about that in a minute. You're going to be on probation for 5 years. You're going to be ordered to pay a $500 fine. You're going to order to follow all of the rules, all of the conditions of probation. You don't get to pick and choose which one and go, well, I didn't get a new case, but I missed going. Or I didn't get, a lot of people think as long as they don't catch a case or they don't get in trouble again, that they're fine and they don't have to do the other stuff on probation. You got to do it all. You got to report when you're supposed to. If you test positive for drugs, any drugs, including marijuana. And I get that a lot of people don't think that marijuana is a big deal, but it's a violation of your probation. You can go to prison. It's just that simple. All the rules apply, not just some.
Here's a key legal insight. Probation isn't just about not committing new crimes. Testing positive for drugs, yes, even marijuana is a probation violation. That's often misunderstood. The court's rules are all or nothing. This kind of zero tolerance is why probation is sometimes called a tightrope without a safety net. Slip up, and it's back to court and potentially prison.
If you do that, then this opportunity is your day to change your life. I am going to order as a condition of this probation that you enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. That's a 90-day program. You'll go from in custody to that program. It's an in-custody program. It's not necessarily meant to be a punishment, but it's classes and tools so that you can make better decisions. If you go to ISF and you act like you've been acting in jail, they let me know. We bring you back. Your probation's revoked before you ever hit the streets. So you can get irritated in ISF, but you better not act like this because you'll never even get the chance to be on probation. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's not going to be a second chance if you act like you're acting right now while you're in ISF. That's going to be your chance to prove to me that this nonsense you can grow out of just like that overnight, because it has to be overnight. I don't care who's irritating you. Do you understand? Okay. So when you get out of ISF, hopefully you're successful, you take advantage of it. You're never going to be a convicted felon if you do everything you're supposed to on probation. Being a convicted felon changes your life in all kinds of negative ways. Obviously, you can't get certain jobs. You can't live certain places. You can't go to certain schools. It puts you on a path that's very difficult. You don't have that right now. If you change your life and you do the right things, at the end of this probation, if you're successful, the case is dismissed. You're never a convicted felon. The other side to that, though, just like I've been talking about.
This part nails the real-life consequences. If Anthony succeeds, the felony disappears and life's doors stay open. But one misstep, and the judge has the power to send him to prison for up to 20 years. This sets up the ultimate tension, redemption, or ruin. It's a crossroads moment packed with drama and real human stakes. What choices would you make if you were in his shoes?
Is if you violate any condition of your probation, you're back here in court, your punishment is up to me. I could give you as low as 2 years. I could give you anywhere in between up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? All right, I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I really do hope you take advantage of this. Another thing I want to make sure you understand is there's going to be a little bit of time between now and when they take you to ISF. It's not very much, but it could be a couple of weeks or so. If I find out that you have incident reports between now and then, before you ever get to ISF, it's a violation of your probation. It's Does that understand? I know there's a bunch of you young kids that are all in the same dorm in our jail because we got younger and younger of y'all doing stuff like this. And y'all all are in there. I've read all about it in your case and everybody else's case. And you've got to kind of show who's cool and who's not and all of that. If you continue to do that and think you're cool in there, you're going to get to show how cool you are in prison. And that's a whole lot different. And that's not what any of us want for you. Okay? All right. You can go back with the bailiff.
May I just touch him and
Yes.
with him in the back, please?
You may. Yes, sir. Thank you for being here, Pastor. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.